already. Hello. All right, honey. This is my first stream. I was trying to do it landscape, but it wasn't working out. So we'll work on that another time. But I wanted to do a live for Christmas Eve, and I just got all my oracles back here. I even have tarot, which is something that I have not used with you guys yet. So let's see what we can get in here. And Randy, darling, if you have a question or anything, um, anything that wants to come up, you just want to ask, let me know, love, and we shall see what Spirit has to say for us. So I'm gonna just get set up, and let's pray that none of my beverages spill. We try to stay hydrated because hydration is important. Randy, have you drank water? Please tell me if you have. Oh, okay. Well, be safe on your road trip, honey. Where are you guys going? I think you may have been the one that had commented saying that you were just going to spend the holiday with your pup, which I totally agree with. I know my dogs are my entire world, but I also am blessed enough to have my brother visiting. Oh, I have so many cards in such a little desk space. Okay, we will get this set up. Okay, Vanna, manifest an awesome recording studio next year. How's that for a goal? I do hope you're not chatting while driving. That was just a thought that I had. I don't suppose I actually need my mouse over here. I think I'm going to just turn it off because I need the space. I can use the mouse on my laptop. See, you get all the secret behind the scenes of me setting up my first live stream. Good, good. I appreciate the support, but I don't want you to do anything that's going to put yourself in danger, love. I think the only things that are going to be new to you guys are the tarot decks, because I've never used tarot in my readings. And part of the reason is I frankly want to know. I know you don't need to know everything about the cards, it's about the intention when pulling from them, but the major arcana and the minor arcana each have their own beautiful, incredible story, and I would like to be able to tell that story properly. But I do, of course, use tarot, the traditionals, in my own reading practices, along with the oracles. And there is something to be said for having multiple decks, because as you will see, the two tarot decks that I picked out for this reading today have vastly different art styles while delivering a similar message. And I think that's what it's so important about developing your intuition, is so you know when that message comes from which deck, because each deck has their own energy. Because, I mean, similar to crystals, the oracle decks and tarot decks that you use during your practice, they develop their own energy, they develop their own personality, and they're not ones to disrespect. but also they have different messages. And so that's why it's important to develop your own intuition so you know when to pick from which deck. It's very similar to how pick a cards work on YouTube. I don't know if you do pick a cards, Randy, or if you just do the zodiac oracles. Did my phone just go off? Okay, no. Well, I need to mute that, and that is actually a reminder that I need to mute Discord because I have loud friends on there who I do love, but I cannot go live on Twitch murdering geese tonight. I felt like I needed to do this. So mute that. 3 hours. Sounds reasonable. Okay. And of course I always go I go in with everything, honey, honestly. Like my own readings, readings for you guys, especially when like I do a full spread, like when I do a reading for like my mom or my brother, we get all the cards and it could take like 3 hours to do a personal reading like that. But now that I have them all out and set up, I am going to cleanse them real quick. And Randy, if you have a question about something, love, go ahead and start thinking about it. If you want to hear from someone, or you have a question about this year coming to an end or the new one coming in, just anything, you can feel free to ask and I will draw a card for you, honey. No charge, none of that. This is like I would not want to charge unless I know I could do that for someone else. So you're gonna be my first, and we're gonna see how this goes, honey. Fan, could you not cock block my flame? Thank you. Spirit, please cleanse these decks. Please cleanse these vessels so a clear message may come through for my friends. Spirit, help me be a conduit to deliver the message that must be heard. Spirit, please uplift my vibe and energy so I am a clear conduit and deliverer for a message that must be heard by the greater collective. Thank you, Spirit, for working with me. Thank you, Spirit, for working through me. Thank you for aligning and thank you for providing. I'm so truly blessed and grateful to live in your light and energy. I love you, Spirit. Please help us reach people who need to hear happy words of affirmation that they are being heard, that they are being seen, and that they are not alone during this holiday season. May the strength of our ancestors carry us through and remind us to love each other, for none of us know the battles others face in their mind. I'm excited for 2024 too. Just like looking back on this year and how much has changed. Like, if you would tell me from last year that I would even be doing this right now, I would think you're absolutely crazy. And I'm insanely proud of myself for overcoming a lot of fear and the self-limiting belief that I talk about a lot. Cuz like that's one thing that I try to express to you guys is that I am currently going through and still going through a lot of shadow work and a lot of processing and a lot of awakening of my own right. And you guys are coming along on the journey with me so I can help be of a support to you because there are a lot of people who that is very powerful, Randy. And I'm very happy that you have that confidence in yourself. But there are a lot of people who look at someone who's already successful and think, wow, I want to do exactly what they're doing so that I can do that. But that's not how they got there. And one thing I want to share with you guys is that healing and growth and the journey to find your true self, to find your soul shine, can be a painful one, but you're not alone. because I am here to help guide you, because I too am on my own odyssey to find my soul shine and what truly makes me happy in this world. And all I want to do is inspire other people to live in their authenticity, to live in the weirdness that other people said you need to shed away because you were not socially acceptable. You're beautiful exactly as you are because that is the way you were intended to be. No one else. So, if anyone has a question, I see that a couple people came in. If anyone has a question, you can go ahead and ask, or I can just go ahead and start pulling cards that called me, and we could do like a general collective overall spread. That would be more suited to like what I would do personally for like my family and stuff. So I'm perfectly fine doing that for you guys. If you want to just do a general overall collective message. And of course, if you have any questions during that, I'll catch it and see. Pardon, excuse me. I'll catch it and see what I can do about getting that answered for you, love. So, just to get us all into it, as people are coming in and getting a cup of tea, a cup of cocoa. I should actually ask for some cocoa later, but I have a cranberry ginger ale, and that stuff's delicious. Spirit, as I sit here with my collective, as I sit here with the people who have come and seen my light and joined us, thank you, Spirit. So the first card that came out straight away was the Three of Swords. Now, this is ordinarily a card that brings a lot of fright to people because there are swords piercing a heart. But it's hard to be scared with the pastel tarot deck. This is actually from a fellow tarot reader and someone who inspires me a lot, Vanessa Samina. This is her own deck. But the Three of Swords talks a lot about heartbreak and betrayal, that heart-stabbing feeling that you have in your chest. It's a lot about the remorse that comes from that afterwards. And I honestly was riding Three of Swords energy for a really long time, going through a dark night of the soul. So the year may begin with, and I don't want to be foreboding at all, but I just have to, like, it's there. That's partly what it means. That's what it feels like. Something might happen that will be remorseful, or you will be remorseful at the beginning of the year. And that's understandable because there's the entire jerk. I mean, realistically, it was just a day that rolled over, but when December 31st ends and January 1st begins, like, that is an entire shift. And for some people, it could be very jarring. Like, if they didn't get to do everything that they wanted to do the year before, there's like the remorse of, what's the point? Will I even do it this year? Well, there's always a point, and there's always a reason to try again, because maybe you'll approach something new. I feel like the pastel one still has something to say. What is flipped over? Oh, no, something is actually flipped over in the deck here. Oh, okay. Interesting. Oh, that's what that betrayal was talking about. So I don't mean to be cryptic. I'm just seeing things as they come. So these two were flipped over in the deck. Five of Cups and the Two of Pentacles. Now, the Five of Cups is talking about missed opportunities, because the cups in tarot represent water, which represents our emotions. And this could be a missed opportunity, whatever this hurt feeling was. And that makes sense because this is a Three of Swords and Three Cups are spilled over. However, there are two that she cannot see because she's so focused on what she has already lost. She can't see what she already has. And I love the number synchronicity because we have two cups right there, and then you have the Two of Pentacles, which is all about balance. Balance in the physical world, balance in the material world, having balance in your real life. And that all goes back to your emotions, and the swords are your thoughts, so that goes back to having balance in your thoughts as well. I love when the numbers sync up like that. That's beautiful. So I think you could reorient and reground yourself from whatever this remorseful betrayal or hurt was. Like maybe a friend of a very long time just has up and left you, or hurt you in a way that you never thought would be coming from them, or you just had to separate yourself from a toxic situation. And instead of focusing so much on everything that you were lacking, everything that you have lost. Oh, hi, Creatrix! Instead of focusing on everything that you were lost, focus on bringing more balance into yourself. Because one reason that I personally am not opening myself to relationships right now, even though that I have healed from a lot of that, is because I have too much going on, and I cannot give that extra time and attention that a relationship would require. So instead of focusing everything else about that situation, whatever it was, you you focus more on yourself and put energy back into yourself. And it is a difficult task sometimes, because some of us feel like our entire purpose is to serve someone else or make someone else happy, because we feel like we are a hindrance or a barricade. I don't want now know why I wanted to say barricade, but I just got 555 on my computer over there. Be truthful with yourself, my love. Plant medicine. There are so many ways that you can heal yourself through plant medicine, but the I think the essence of this is truth. Like speaking your truth, being true to yourself and what you truly deserve, who you truly are. Because you were not meant to serve someone else and constantly make someone else happy. Hi, Zoe! You were meant to make yourself a beautiful, wonderful masterpiece and present that to the world and see who resonates with that. You don't need to shift and make yourself perfect for someone else. You're perfect as you are. And the weird people who are supposed to love you and will love you unconditionally will find you when you are your true weird self. And I know how hard it is to have that comfort, because I myself have gone through that so many times, where I always felt like an outsider looking in, and that there was no place that I truly belonged. Well, I'm making that place here with you guys, and I can honestly say that this is the happiest I've ever felt in my life, because I know my weirdness will be enjoyed, and there will be people who will be like, hey, maybe I can be weird too. And you absolutely can, my love, because you weren't put here to be anyone else but who you are now. So no matter what your parents say you have to be, what your spouse say you have to be, or what society says you have to be, as long as you're not hurting anybody, be whoever you want to be, my love. You have medicine wheel, continuation. There is something more for you to do. There is something more for you to see and share with the world, but there is healing that has to be done, because it's two cards that come with medicine. And with the Three of Swords and the Five of Cups, I mean, that makes sense. That's hurt, that's betrayal, that's mental warfare. And I mean, honey, you're preaching to the choir. We all fight a mental battle. Thank you, Randy. You are enough. You are always enough, and you are perfect as you are. And because we have that energy of bitches testing us and making us feel like we are not worth it, we are going to go back to the Queen Vanessa Samina with her other deck. Y'all seen this Oracle deck before. It is the Yas Queen Oracle deck, or the Wild Muse Oracle deck, as the proper name is. Yas Queen is just what we call it in this house, because that is everything that it has. Okay. So this one didn't even fly out, but it was sticking out. And I love that, because it's the fighting spirit. You still have a fighting spirit. You have a reason to continue on. You fucking badass. I love this so much. Yeah, all six of you here, there's a reason that you're still breathing. There's a reason that you're still here amongst the earth, because you still have a fight to win. You have something to overcome, a challenge that has been laid before you, a challenge you chose, because I truly believe that before we come into this vessel, when we are from our spirit selves, we choose the challenges and what we will experience in our life. And that is difficult to hear if you are someone who has gone through abuse. And it's the same thing about a roller coaster. When you're on a roller coaster, you're terrified. Your heart is in your throat, and your stomach is in your root. Everything is pulled out of alignment and crazy. There's highs and lows, but when you're off of it, you feel the adrenaline, you feel the excitement. And that is very similar because it's believed that our spirit selves are dreaming, and that is what we experience here in the mundane realm. It's just our spirit selves dreaming. And I'm not saying like, oh, the Matrix, life is an illusion, reality means nothing. No, that is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that there's more to you than the fleshy meat sack that we preside in. You have Boss Up, and I love whenever this card comes out because this is the energy of as soon as this woman walks into the room, all eyes are on her and everyone does what the fuck she said. Perspective is everything, Randy. Like, perspective is how you are approaching the problem. Is not the problem. The problem is your attitude about the problem. Jack Sparrow is a lot wiser than people give him credit for. But absolutely, your perspective is changes so much on the influence of how you're seeing it. Because, I mean, it's the same thing as art. If everyone can look at the same art piece and see several different things, from a novice, they could think that that's beautiful or that's crap. If you're an artist yourself, you're looking at how that person went through the brush strokes, their coloring technique, how they layered things. If you're an art critic, you're looking at it from a dynamic or a strategic angle. Everyone looks at things differently based on their perspective. And that's why it's so important to shift our perspective so that we see things at a more universal angle and we can have a little more empathy. This Oracle deck is actually very special to me because it was my first Oracle deck that I ever got when I started practicing in like 2020. The Enchanted Map and I have been through many hard times. So, old friend, I would like you to help guide my friends through their challenge of becoming a badass. You have Magic Prayer. The 32 above there counts up to 5, which is the number of change, and ironically, how many of you guys are in here right now? The Magic Prayer goes back to the Law of Attraction, which I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing me talk about by now, because I say it in almost every single reading. Maybe. I mean, I'm not trying to say that everything that happens to us is a test, but everything is a lesson or a blessing, and maybe you were that blessing to that woman today. I remember one time I was going on my hiking path at Issaquena here in South Carolina. It's a beautiful stretch of woodland. And I was there at an unusual time of day that I'm not normally there, and I did not have my own dogs with me. I was actually there to give back spell remains, which I often do. I will often go back and spread like my sage ash and my candle wax in these woods. That is my sacred place. That is my church. Well, when I was there, I ran across a man who had lost his dog. Some people let their dogs like roam without a leash, and this little girl just bolted when she normally doesn't. And with luck and intuition guiding me, I found the girl. And she was scared of strangers, so I wasn't able to pick her up, but she did bark at me for a solid 20 minutes that led her dog dad to come and find us. So, in little ways like that, your intuition guides you to be a blessing to other people or to make an impact on someone's life. That is what happens, especially if you consciously ask for it, to be a light worker, to be at to be a sense of prayer and magic left in this world for people. If that is something that you're actively working to do, like myself, then Spirit will give you the opportunity to be that, especially if you're doing it with true intentions. I've actually never been to Folly Beach. I've been to Myrtle Beach one time, and that was really awesome. You have Dragon's Lair that came out, my collective, and okay. And Stormfields in Reverse was at the bottom of the deck. So Dragon's Lair can be a overbearing kind of controlling energy, or it can be a very self-empowered in your own home kind of energy. And that's what I'm feeling it is like, that instead of being something menacing, instead of being something looming and imposing, it's you in your circling and protecting your home, protecting your own land, what you have worked for, what you have earned, protecting your treasures. And I say that because the Stormfields card is in reverse. When this card is upright, the house in the middle of it is being torn to absolute shreds by the tornado. But it being in reverse makes me feel like this storm is long over. That 3 of Swords moment, that betrayal that happened to you, whatever it was that hurt, maybe losing a job unexpectedly, that happened to me in the beginning of this year. But lessons and lessons, I was grateful for it. It has already passed, and you've done your healing because we have the 2 medicine cards that had come out, and you got your spark back. That, made you realize that there's nothing that can stop you. The only thing that can stop you is what you say about yourself. That's why you had the magic prayer card, making your words a moving prayer. So instead of speaking negatively about yourself and over your life, like, oh, I'll never do that, I will never achieve that, I'll never go there, instead of saying those negative things, that works with the law of attractions and locks you in stagnancy, and that will truly never be anything that you experience. If it's truly something you want, claim it as if you already have it. Say, I am going to Scotland. I am going to become a priestess. I am going to have my own land in the Appalachian Mountains. Just some of the stuff for myself personally. But that sort of thing, claiming it as if you already own it. As if you're already this woman who has a private jet, personal champagne, a walk-in closet that's bigger than most New York apartments. Claim it as if you already have it, my love. You have the Hierophant, which is actually the card of the Taurus. Now, the Hierophant was known in the traditional arcana is like a priestess. They hear and are direct channels from the gods. Scotland is a beautiful place. I am in love with everything about that country. The country, the land, the culture, the men. Everything about Scotland is beautiful and on my entire bucket list to go and see. I think I would probably go to Wales first if I had the opportunity, because Wales has the priestess of Caradwyn. And Caradwyn is a goddess that I personally feel very drawn to. And I would give anything to train with the priestess of the goddess of creation and inspiration, because that would just be an amazing experience. Like, personally, but also spiritually, like, that would be insane for me. And going off that divine feminine energy, let's see what the divine feminine oracle deck says. Ooh. You guys are lucky. I've never been outside of America. I will travel, though. Ooh, okay. So 4 women came out, and there's 4 of you still with me. So I am going to take that as this is one for each of you, and I want you to use your own intuition to know what they mean. There is Khadijah, Mother of Believers. America is a beautiful country if you're in the right places. Khadijah says, I am spiritually and financially abundant. I provide heaven and earth for myself. Very much going along with this boss up energy that we had going on. So, if that is your card, claim that energy. These are divine feminine figures in history. Some of them are goddesses, some of them were princesses, some of them were priestess, but there are energies that you can call upon. It doesn't matter if they weren't a god. You could call upon their energy because they were immortal soul and connected to source. We are all of the same power. So if you want to, in tonight's prayers, you can call upon these women to fill you with the divine feminine energy that they are offering you. And I apologize if I mispronounce some of these names. I truly do my best. Yesh Togale, Lady of the Lotus Born, embodiment of the deepest bliss. My body was made for enlightenment. I love that the Lotus Born came out because Lotuses are the incredible flowers that bloom in the muck of swamps when not much else can survive there, and it's a wonderful um, omen. Thank you for the word omen of how you can survive anything, and that there is beauty in all situations. You have a woman I'm always happy to see, Lilith, the first woman. I am the voice of my body and soul, and I choose to live the life that I desire. A woman who did not bow to someone, who would not let someone lie on top of her and demean her, someone who did not let anyone overpower her. Lilith is some amazing energy, and I love whenever she comes out. You guys are diamonds in roughs. You are gifts beyond what you even know. Please do not doubt yourself. Do not let yourself be what stops you from being amazing, because you already have some of the most powerful cards of I am who I am, I claim my energy, and I do not let anyone stop me. I am heaven and earth, I am magic, I am power. You have Freya, goddess of discernment. I'm sorry, fucking Freya. Hello. I spend my time wisely. I only say yes when it is a holy yes. Only doing something if it is truly something that you want to do, not letting anyone peer pressure you into doing something because it's like, oh, that's what everyone's doing, or oh, you're a square if you're not. Like, no. If it does not rest well in your soul, if it's not something you truly want to do, this goes back to the balance card that we were having earlier of like balancing your life and only doing that which makes you happy, that which heals you, and that's what you really want to do. And this will come from laying down the boundaries that you will probably instill. I'm not saying that you will instill, because I'm not you guys. I can't tell you what to do. I'm only saying what the cards are saying. But the Three of Swords betrayal that you guys felt earlier, that hurt, may make you instill some new boundaries. Again, with the Lilith card over here, with I am the voice of my body and soul. I choose the life that I desire. Exactly. I swear I was saying something and then I just got completely thrown off because like my throat was feeling like a little dry. Please drink water, you guys. Oh, I was talking about only doing something if it serves your greatest good. Yes, that's what I was saying. Good job, me. Do I want to do the Divine Abundance or the Affirmations Day? Well, my hand's already on the Abundance, so we'll go with that one. I think this one is probably my mom's favorite deck because it's one that you never need a book for. The message is so clear right upon it. And I like to make prayers with these because it's very easy to do. Okay, Zoe. You have a good holiday, love. You take care of yourself. I have a friend that's in UK, so I understand. Thank you so much for coming in. You have right action. So, Zoe, probably the right action for you is to go to bed, love. The right action card states, abracadabra literally means let everything that wants to go, go, and let everything that wants to come, come. That if there was something that would sum up the entirety of what's gone down here, is exactly that. Let everything that wants to go, go, and let everything that wants to come, come. Because, come back here, love. Like this card, yes, some cups have spilled, some emotions have upturned, and opportunities have been lost, but there is still something for you to look forward to. There is still something for you to focus on. And rejection is divine protection. And while it's not happy or good to feel in the moment when people leave our lives, I mean, there's reasons for that. And our emotional attachments to them or not is it is what it is. But if it does not serve our greatest and highest good, if it disrupts our flow of life, or they provide a toxic environment, spirit will remove them. Or maybe they had a brief time in your life, they were to teach you something, and they move on along their journey. Not everyone will stay in your life forever. That's why it's so important to just enjoy the time you have with the people you already have around you, because you never know when it's going to change. This world is changes all the time. You can't rely on any one thing to stay forever. At the end of the day, you will have you, and that's why it's so important to make sure that you like enjoy being with yourself and you do love yourself, but also you allow yourself to exactly, this is happening for us, not to us. I say that all the time to myself, and I have to remind myself that, because I mean it's not easy to remember that when you're in the heat of the moment and the emotion, and hearing that is probably just a punch in the gut, or you want to punch the person in the face. I understand that, but when the emotions die down, when the boiling water ceases its rolling, and you can actually see the situation for what it was, you might see the lesson in it. You have a childlike wonder. I love this coming out at the end of all of this. The childlike wonder cards state, it is often said that the comparison is the thief of joy, which can be true, but perhaps what robs us even more of pure, unbound joy is familiarity. How beautiful, how wondrous is the world when we're seeing things for the first time, when we look at things through the wonder and awe of a child's eye. We notice all the miraculous things we take it we so often take for granted. When we look not just with our eyes but with our hearts, suddenly the air becomes crisper, the leaves become greener, the ocean becomes deeper, and life becomes fuller. I love that card coming out at the end of this because it shows the true orientation that you've taken in how you are seeing the world around you. Instead of seeing it as the doom and gloom like in the Five of Cups, you're seeing it, well, I think more of as the Hierophant. Like, peace, take it or leave it. I'll do my own thing, and if you want to roll with me, roll with me. If not, have a good life. And that shows a lot of growth from you guys and the work that you've done. I feel weird not having a specific sign to call, but this is a collective of just anyone who comes in and resonates with it. So I guess I'll just say my little collective, my little soul lights, whatever you guys want to be, just be your beautiful selves and I'll be happy. Oh, thank you, Bug Lover. You're so sweet. And again, if anyone has a personal question they want to ask me, go for it. I will gladly pull a card for you. No charge, of course. This is my first live stream. I'm doing this for practice and to see if this is something that is comfortable for me. So far it is. I just have to actually remind myself to drink water because I feel like my throat is going to be sore later. I'm going to have some tea later. What do I want? What do I want? Oh, we haven't pulled from this lovely deck yet. Okay, Star Temple, what do you have for my lovely collective here? As we go into 2024, the year of opportunity, the year of change, and the year of us grasping our destiny. We have the triple star grid align. I connect and align with my higher consciousness. Randy, I see your question, and I will get to that in just a moment, my love. The triple star grid align coming out with for the general message for 2024. I really feel like that is just go where you feel pulled to. If what you want is to be happy, if what you want is to be successful, align with your higher self. And that's easier said than done. I'm saying this as someone in the process of doing this herself. But my love, to work with your higher self is to co-create a dream reality where everything is not on your shoulders and everything is not on spirit's shoulders. The work that you do in everyday life will be corroborated through your intentions or signs and synchronicities, perhaps through readers like me or symbols in your own world. to connect and align with your higher consciousness, with your true soul's mission. You make leaps and bounds in the progress of your soul, in the healing of your soul, of overcoming the trauma, of working through the grief that you have experienced from the being alive. And yes, we will all carry grief. But that's why it's time asking us to go back to the childlike wonder, to go back to a place where we weren't hurt and we were just excited for life again. Be excited for life again. Go outside with the joyful look in your eye of, I don't know what is going to happen to me today. So let it be the best thing that can happen, because that's a mistake that we make when we say, what's the worst that can happen? We're saying it as a joke, but we're literally asking Spirit to show us what is the worst, most horrible thing that can happen to me in this situation. So flip the script. Affirm it. I have what I desire. I have my dream job. I have my dream home. I have my dream reality. Show me what is the best that can happen out of the situation, and I promise you, you will be amazed by how quickly your life turns around when you start to look at it consciously from a more positive perspective. I'm not saying toxic positivity. I'm not saying that everything is going to be sunshine and rainbows, farting out unicorn asses all the time, because it's not. The ups and downs of the earth and our life is how we know we're still alive. Similar to your heartbeat. Once it flatlines, once nothing is going on, that is when you perish. And you haven't perished yet, my love. So there is still something more for you to do. And for you to work with that, for you to come through into your own, you have to align. Whew! Your girl channels. Okay. Randy has been such an awesome interactor here today. So what I'm going to do an enchanted map, and ooh, you'll get to see my Celtic Tarot because we haven't used that one yet. So Randy has asked for a message for their next week. I don't want to assume your gender, love. And that is active channeling. So what is Randy's message for next week? Ran away. You have unexpected visitors, and I couldn't tell if it came out in reverse. So just... Oh, hi, Amity. Welcome, love. Yes, Amity, if you have a question, you can go ahead and ask. I'm answering Randy's question since he's been such a lovely friend here in the live. We have, Randy, you had unexpected visitors, but I couldn't tell if it was in reverse. It's also 41, which adds up to 5, and 5 being the number of change. Something unexpected might happen or just kind of stumble on into your life. Very coincidental if you look at it on the surface like that, but nothing is an accident, my love. And it might change your life for the positive, for the negative. Again, how you choose to look at the situation will impede that. But I'd say if you're open to change, if you're open to a new opportunity, affirm that. Like, say, I am open to something new walking into my life, only if you want to. Okay. We have the shadow, which I have to cover up the middle of the card here because it has parts on it and YouTube says no to that. The shadow relates to the devil in the major arcana, and it's depicted as two people standing beside the devil with loose chains around their neck. But these chains could easily be removed if they allowed themselves to. But they stayed in a situation where they knew it was uncomfortable because it was something that was to be expected, and then they knew how to prepare themselves for that. But I think going back to this unexpected visitor to like bring about change, to bring about upheaval, yes, it brings chaos, but there might be something greater as opposed to if you stayed stagnant and just looking at everything you had, because you also have the Nine of Pentacles here. She's standing there looking over all of her shields, actually, and I also just realized that there was parts on that, so great job there, Vanna. But the Nine of Shields, like, she's letting an eagle go, almost like she's letting her freedom go. Very similar to the Shadow card, where the freedom was, like, there for you to grasp, if it is what you wanted. But this unexpected visitor, whatever it is, this change coming in, I'd say you'd have a choice. Thank you. I'd say you have a choice on whatever this change coming in your next week, and giving up your freedom, giving up your power because of a fear, I don't think will help. It's not going to help you, my love. I'm not going to say I don't think. It's not going to help you if you let your fear overtake you or you give your power away to someone else. Now, I don't feel like you would do that, my love, Randy. But, I mean, we do different things in different situations with different people. So, there are people who I will absolutely stand up to, and then there are people who I cave under, who I can't stand up to. So, that goes back to the shadow of the chain being around your neck, and like that's something that you could remove. Interesting. I feel like you would have the power to like kick that out of your life if that was trying to come in and fuck your shit up. So don't let someone take your power away from you, honey. You're stronger than that. Okay, I believe Amity had a question. Will my daughter be engaged over this holiday season? Okay. Who do I want to use for that? I didn't grab a Lover's Oracle deck. Let's do the pastel. Let's do the pastel. So, Spirit, this is for Amity's daughter. Will she be proposed to over this holiday season? If the information is allowed to be known, let it be shown. Take care of the baby, Randy. Alright, Amity, 2 cards came out for you. The Queen of Wands and the 6 of Wands. Now the Wands, okay, let me go through. Pentacles is earth, Cups is water, Swords is air, and Wands is fire. So fire, the Wands element relates to fire. Fire relates to passion. And this going on your question of if your daughter will be proposed to or get engaged this holiday season. The 6 of Wands is someone riding in from battle and being celebrated. While she has her own wand, the other 5 wands are being carried by the people that she was just fighting with. And they're coming in celebrating their victory. So that could be a positive sign that something good will happen in that regard. Now, I want you to know that tarot and oracle are not ways to predict the future. They're not ways to like lock your life into stone. This is an energy that you can claim and deal with. The point of these is to learn something that you already know and are just reaffirming or being guided to an answer that you need to know. That is the point of tarot and oracle. This is not me saying like absolutely she will be proposed to and get engaged this holiday season, but there may be some reasons to celebrate. Or maybe it's just a celebration of being with each other. Because the Queen of Wands is someone who has enough power to stand on her own, to stand in her own right. She does not need to have other people around her, but she's absolutely delighted to and having a people around her. Because, like, the Queen of Wands is like, I have enough power and I have enough confidence in myself to know this, that I am powerful and I have my own value and I have my own worth. The people I have around me, I choose to have around me because I truly enjoy having them in my life. And that is what I feel like a partner should be, and whoever she is in the relationship with. Yep, that's her. That's her right there. I love that. And that could be exactly your intuition guiding you, because that is one way that spirit speaks, is through like recurring thoughts coming up again and again and again, of just like, oh, that moment, well, uh you go back to that memory and turns out there's trauma there that you can work out and become more healed. Or you randomly think of a person, you call that person and they're having a hard time. Or you randomly go and take a stroll somewhere, you find a lost dog and save a man from losing a member of his family. Whatever it is, your intuition will guide you. And that may be something that could be happening. If she does, congratulations. I hope she has a lovely wedding. Let me get a drink. If anyone has a question that they want to ask, let me know. I am not charging for any of this. This is my first live stream. I'm just trying to have some fun and see if this is something people enjoy. So if anyone else has a question in here, feel free to ask. Okay. Who do I want to pull from? We haven't pulled from the Star Temple very much today, so until someone asks another question, we'll go back to the general collective message. So, Spirit, what do you have to say to my collective here that has joined me? Can they expect from their 2024? I appreciate you, Amity. Ooh, destiny. I focus on service and follow my higher purpose. Some of us are going to come into our destiny. Absolutely. Claim that, affirm that, step into your power, step into your role of what your soul came here to do, and claim your own power, claim your own space. Ooh, my throat chakra is... Woo! Okay, yes. We are stepping into our destiny in this next year, my love, and I'm claiming this for myself as well. Whatever role you wanted to step into, the dream that has been resting in your heart for years is going to come out because you're putting work into it, you're putting thought into it. Even if it's just conscious thoughts of dreaming about ways that you can do it. Imagination and daydreaming is a wonderful way to manifest because you're enjoying it, so it has positive emotions attached to it. Manifestation works with the law of attraction. Mentality shapes reality, and if you are imagining in your mentality what you want your dream reality to look like, what it could all look like, then that is what you give spirit to work with. You're basically giving them like a synopsis of what it could be, and they're going to make it even better. And like daydreaming is a wonderful way to think about your reality and like what would you want to look like. And you could be as fantastical and mystical and magical as you wanted to be. If you want to wake up, roll out of your bed, and ride a fucking dragon to get your iced coffee, then you can do that. That may or may not be something that I've thought of. But the point is, in your reality, in your power, you can do anything. And when you work with spirit, that is truly possible. Oh, what has flipped over? Bug Lover, I love that you asked that because as soon as I saw your message pop up on my computer, I was picking up my Enchanted Map Oracle and saw that a card was flipped over. So I think this is for you, love. This is the Talisman card. Now, similar to my rings, bracelets, or even any of these decks, talismans are anything that are used to help you along on your journey. They are not the source of your power, they are aids to it. You are the source of your power. So, Bug Lover, if you have been drawn to getting into any other form of divination, being drawn to a certain item of the practice, such as cauldrons, candles, beaded bracelets, not plugging myself, but kinda, crystals in general, tarot and oracle decks. Maybe you're just really into books and grimoires and learning how to cast that way. Or maybe you're going to become a true hermit goblin of the forest and make beautiful arts out of the things that you find in the woods that are also offerings to spirits. Whatever it is, I want you to explore ways to bring your magic into the physical mediums. Now, I just want to double check. How am I doing on my spiritual journey? We are going to go to the stars for that one, my love. Spirit, higher self, how is Bug Lover doing on their spiritual journey? On overcoming their self-limiting beliefs, on conquering their traumas and healing their inner child? Thank you, Spirit. I I knew I needed to say something about the inner child, and then you have the holy child, Starseed. I am a divine child of the universe. You are, my dear, you are an absolute blessing and gift to this world, and it's all right if people have not appreciated you for the amazing gift that you are, because you're not going to be everyone's cup of tea. If you were, that wouldn't make you as amazing, because, I mean, like, what's better, McDonald's that's accessible to everyone, or the 75-year-old Wagyu steak burger from the highlands of Japan that only a few people have access to? You are a limited edition rare gift that is blessed and protected, the holy child, a pearl amongst the sand. You went through the heat, you went through the pressure, and oh, I don't want to make you cry, honey. You went through the heat, you went through the pressure, you went through things that people would take on as burdens, as blockages, and never let themselves be happy again. But that's not what you're doing, my love. You are wonderful. Okay, since you started crying, I gotta give you an affirmation. Okay, thank you, Spirit. You have two that came out. I'm not going to read both of them because they're kind of lengthy and I'm dyslexic. You have prayer. Be mindful of your words. Be careful of using spicy words. Speak kindly over yourself. Speak kindly over your healing experience. Speak kindly over your inner child. The childlike self that was hurt, that was wounded. Look to them and say, I love you. I can take care of you. I appreciate you. I see you. You have retreat and restore. Of course, healing will need to be done. You will never be done healing, and that's not to scare you. That's to inspire you to always become the best version of yourself. This will never be your final form. You will always have more to grow from and more to become. But you will need time to rest and restore, to retreat. Take yourself out of other people's situations. Take yourself out of other people's energies and find out who you are as an individual outside of other people's input on who you have to be. Because I promise you, there will be someone who has been dying to come out that is just an absolute blessing to this world. And so I'd say you're doing pretty well, Bug Lover. You're healing. You're coming into your power. And I want to get one more card for you. I felt like the shamanic medicine had something to say to you, and I cannot deny. You do not deny the shaman. So, Spirit, help me get Bug Lovers. Thank you. Oh, I'm going to start crying now. I'm going to start crying now. You have medicine shield, protection. You are protected by more than just your ancestors. The affirmation that I use when speaking to my ancestors and spirit team is ancestors, angels, guardians and guides, descendants and deities, energies and entities, fae and folk, as above, so below. That touches on every energy, soul, being, entity that could come from spirit that has chosen to watch over me. The guardian angels, the divine masters, the gods, deities from every pantheon exist together. And if you're drawn to a specific one, as I am drawn to Caradwin, Muragan, Blood-Eye Wed, Casernanos, these gods choose to watch over you and protect you, and you have very powerful protection, Bug Lover. And when you feel afraid, when you feel like you're losing yourself, when you feel like you have no idea what to do, call upon their protection. I don't want to make you cry. Call upon their protection. Call upon their energy. When you feel lost, call upon their guidance. And they will show you and guide you to where you need to be so that you can become the next amazing version of yourself. You absolute blessing to this world. I didn't want to make you cry. I I understand though. There are many times that I have done readings with my mom and I'm like, ah shit, spirit just called me out. Huh? You're so welcome, honey. Thank you so much for coming in on my live. I do think I'm about to end it because this was kind of just like a first test to see if this was something that I was comfortable with and I could engage with. And I think I did a pretty good job. And I'm happy I got some messages out to you guys. Like, I enjoyed that a lot. So, thank you guys so much. I hope you have a blessed holiday. You take care of yourself. You do something good for yourself. You say something kind about yourself. And, like, have a wonderful holiday and a good end of the year. Who knows? I might come back and do this again tomorrow. My family doesn't celebrate a traditional Christmas, so I have that availability. Who knows? But I am so happy that you guys are here. Have a wonderful holiday. Have a wonderful night. And you're a blessing. And I want you to never forget that. I love you guys so much.